Peace, y'all. It's your man Dave with my brother Quest, the man bringing you all things marriage, paying you huge dividends on your investment in time with us. We're talking about love, sex, having children, money, spirituality, life, communication, and anything else to help you thrive and win in your relationships. And guess what? This is grown folks' business. So get ready to make grown-up decisions. You know why? Because marriage ain't for suckers. That's the name of the program. Marriage ain't for suckers. All right, let's get into it. Hey, yo, Quest, it's time to give the people something, man. What we talking about today?
What up? Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Quest, man. Welcome to another edition of the Marriage Ain't for Suckers podcast. You feel me? I am joined by the anomaly. You know what I'm saying? Standing at what? 6'2" now? 6'3", 6'1", 6'1". Standing at 6'1" is my man, my mellow, my man. Y'all already know. I told y'all he the anomaly. L. David Harris.
What up? Hey, Quest, what up?
Yo, what up?
Could you tell I have music playing in my brain while
I
you
heard.
were speaking?
I already know,
It was
man.
in my brains. In my brain.
Yeah.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Listen.
Good afternoon.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Y'all, hey, the beautiful thing here is that the temperature is coming up a little bit.
Oh, what? Would you get up to 50?
We got up we're going up to 65 today.
Oh, that's almost humane.
That's almost humane.
That's good, B. That's actually good. You don't have to put on your jacket for that one.
No, I
You
don't.
can, but you don't have to.
Yeah, I came outside the doctor's office today and I was like, I don't even need this jacket.
I wasn't going to bring up the doctor.
I wasn't, but when we were talking about weather, I remember what it felt like when I walked out the doctor's office.
Well, I'm glad at least you got a good thing after the doctor, bro. Did they give you a lollipop?
They did not give me a lollipop. They gave me a couple other things, but they sure enough didn't give me a lollipop. I ain't gonna front. It's good to have, I'm talking about bona fide brethren.
Yes.
When you go through these things, because the doctors nowadays, for y'all who don't know, man, your boy turned 50 this year. Me and David are in the 50 club now. You know what I'm saying? And there's certain things that you got to do at the 50-year-old mark that you don't do in your 40s, or maybe you did do it in your 40s. I don't know. Or your 30s. You know, there's certain. Yeah, today was not one of my best doctor's visits. The question is, are doctors really going to heaven? That's what I want to know.
Hey, Quest, I think we should probably ease back off of this.
Yeah, we should ease back off of this one.
I tried to get it out of the bloodstream before we went live, so you wouldn't have to. I was talking about the weather, bro. I don't know how we got on this trauma. So, yeah. Big up to everybody out there. I'm not gonna let you spiral today, sir.
Please don't let me spiral today,
I think we already covered that while we were just you and me having a discussion and working through it.
Thank you.
That's it. Hey.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we here, man.
We here, bro.
Look, we on my screen behind me too, but it's delayed. What up, Warrell? What up?
Yep.
That's the big guy. Bro. Yeah, shout to Warrell. He down in that I don't know what they call Texas, but everything's bigger in Texas.
Prayers for the peoples in Texas too, man. There's some weird weather that been going on down there.
Yeah, Charles was putting videos on that. I was like, what the world?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So those who are down in the Houston area, those who are down in the Louisiana, New Orleans area, those who are in San Diego, bro, they've been getting rain, like torrential rains, and then flooding where cars are being taken away. Like
in San Diego?
Yeah, San Diego, bro, in the lowlands.
That is weird, bro.
Yep. I'm glad E sits high, man, because on the where it's been happening on the low, like if you watch the news, I was watching what's your boy's name who does the world news?
I don't know. I don't watch that. I don't watch that. I don't watch it no more. I'm sorry.
Anyway,
I live in another planet, and they don't cover our country.
They
don't cover. CNN doesn't cover our country. Just saying.
But nonetheless, they've been experiencing some weird weather.
Oh man!
Signs of the times that we live in. You know what I'm saying? But that's a whole nother story.
Wowzers! Yeah,
yeah, man. Yeah, man. Keeping them lifted. Weather. We've been getting some rain, and it's all of this global warming stuff, man. And ocean water levels rising, and it is what it is, bro.
Yeah. Well, that's gonna get resolved real soon. I promise you.
Ooh, don't you know it?
It is. It's gonna be. It's not. It's listen. It's gonna be resolved real soon. So we good on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how's things on the island? I know it's sunny on that side. I ain't even gotta ask.
Listen, I was having a what do you call it? Like a short meeting with a prospective client. He works for one of the NFL teams.
Oh.
And he's in California. I'll just leave it like that, right? So he's in California. And he was like, "So you're in Jamaica?" I was like, "Yeah." So I took the phone off, added it to the meeting, and took the tour. Went upstairs, and it was bright and sunny the other day. He was like, "Whoa, that's where you live?" I was like, "Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm at your service, but I'm at your service from right here."
From right here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm not a jerk all the time. I just.
Yeah, no.
He said, "That's where you live." I said, "Yeah." Not intentionally. It's not intentional.
That's right.
Yes. So, yeah. So it's a beautiful day. It looked like it might rain today, but that's okay. We need rain. You got to eat, right?
You got to eat, bro.
Yeah, but then it'll clear up and we'll be back to sunny days.
Back to the normal. Mm-hmm. Yes, indeed. Shouts out to those who were on the Marriage Mastermind last night. We had a lovely discussion around perception. It's going to be 2-part, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And for those of you who are wondering whether or not you'd like to be a part of a marriage community, just go by jquestgreen.com/coaching. And you too can become a part of like-minded individuals. And not only married folk, D, the good part about this is that we're dealing with singles now.
That's why I said relationship in the title for today.
Yes,
the caption. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Because this is not just for the married folk as well. We understand that some of you have a great desire. If you look at the statistics I read the other day, 88% or 89%, I'm sorry, of single people not only desire to be married, but will probably be married in the near future. 89%. That's a nice little number of single people, right? And so the information that we give from here on out is not only for the married focus, so you could have what you need in order to get you in the right position as well.
Because you need to
be the right person before you choose the right person.
That's good. Listen, I started writing singles articles for Message Magazine online some time ago, man. So we dropped some stuff about singles moving around the world in terms of travel. That's a big thing. Even my little cousin, man, she grown, but she my little cousin, man. She been to most of the planet, man. Like, it's ridiculous how much travel she does.
How can I be down?
And it's not 1 or 2 times a year. It's not 3 times and not 4 times a year. We're talking about for real travel. And we're not just talking about going to like Jamaica and Barbuda and then, hit another cap. We talking about
how we could be
down. We're married, so we have to choose the route, the pathway. Laptops and flip-flops is what we have to do. And get some freedom in that regard. So yeah, so we should probably jump in here, Quest.
Just jump in it, man.
Yeah, yeah, I heard somewhere that artificial intelligence is destroying your relationships.
Wow.
Okay, I really heard it in my brain like 10 minutes ago, but as Quest and I were talking,
but that is a place.
Yes,
it is somewhere.
Clickbait, and what I mean by it, right? I'm gonna be honest. Like, what I mean by that is that some of y'all are lazy. Yes, I said some of you are lazy. And what I mean by that is, like, so artificial intelligence in terms of like the bots or the platforms, the GPTs that give information. I'm not talking about the design stuff, the creative stuff, but the informational stuff, right? Mm-hmm. The language model stuff, right? Listen, you people are putting stuff in. You're putting in a prompt that says, give me X. And then it spits out X. And then you take that and run with it. And I'm like, that is so lazy. Like, if your thing has a whole lot of beacon in it, I already know. If your joint has a whole lot of diving in, I already know. If it has a lot of semicolons, I already know. If it has a lot of contrast, it's not about X, it's about Y. Like, I already know. Like, you're giving yourself away, okay? Ooh, well, that's what a lot of people are doing in relationships, Quest.
As soon as you said it, you putting in for X and you get this output and you running with it. There was no thought. It was generated by a method, a procedure, an algorithm. I just want to back up a little bit because, and I think this is important to touch. Relationships are spiritual. Mm-hmm. Right? Relationships are spiritual. And God is a spirit, and right, the word, that's what the word declares. However, he requires relationship, not a process, not a method, right? That's why I'm wondering if writing books, I'm glad that writing books, or we don't have the kind of society we have now, right? Around when Moses was around, right? And we made joke about it the other day, but it's coming back fresh to mind even now, David, that if David was like could be a New York Times bestseller, he probably would have wrote a book called My Burning Bush Experience.
Moses,
how to navigate the holy place, or whatever the subtitle would be, right?
That's right.
And I'm so glad that we don't have that. It wasn't available back then, because I think that what's true back then is true till now. That was just his experience as it relates to his relationship with God. And being that God is the author, finisher, soul controller, creator of this thing called relationship, he designed it in such a way that it cannot be accomplished through a program or a method. So somebody coming to try to be in relationship with you, David, who ain't me, they not going to get my relationship, because our relationship is our relationship. It's personal. It is not, like I said, developed through a program, a method, an algorithm, a certain set of actions that you must do in order to, it requires all of you.
Can I just say something right here?
Yeah.
It's fully baked. And what I mean is, if it's fully baked, mm-hmm. then that means that it took time.
Yes.
The microwave is slow compared to artificial intelligence. It takes some time.
It does.
But AI, you can put something in terms of the language model, and it, boom, almost instantaneously spits out whatever it's going to spit out.
But here's the funny thing. If you married to somebody like my wife, and you try to bring her a gift, while the thought is lovely, if the gift does not say her, she's just like kind of, okay, thank you. Mm-hmm. The gift has to speak to who she is as an individual. Gifts is her love language. It used to be her primary, but ever since after the kids were born, acts of service was her love language. So when I bring her gifts, she's still appreciative of it, but I got to put some thought into it. Mm-hmm. When I go to a program or a method and take somebody else's experience and try to implement it here, and it doesn't speak volumes to her in terms of a gift, laziness. You're gonna get what those people get.
So you're gonna get the instant result.
Yeah. But then again, too, D, what does it say about me in terms of you? If I know that and I don't put thought into it, what does it say about me as an individual? You know what I mean?
That you're whack and you don't really care and you're lazy.
Oh, man.
I mean, among other things. Yeah. And so I understand. Sometimes things are difficult. Like you want to navigate a challenge between you and somebody you really care about, you love. And you're like, what is the quick fix?
Yeah.
Is it to ignore the person? What is the quick fix? To give a quick answer when they're processing outside of the mind? They're speaking through, and it's not really coherent. It's just they're just trying to get it out. Rather than being a listener, you're just waiting for an opportunity to fire a solution, AI style. Like, God doesn't want us to be artificially intelligent. He wants us to actually be intelligent.
Bruh.
Like shout to the people who are not willing to take what they consider to be the shortcut to win in a relationship.
Come on.
You feel what I'm saying? Like the shortcut stuff, like what do you say, shortcut, draw blood? You see? Shortcuts create all kinds of problems. But listen, before you realize what the problems are, it's too late. Many times.
They've been exhausted already. And you waited until you redlined.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've seen vehicles in Jamaica flipped over taking shortcuts.
Bro.
Son, I saw going up through the hills of in St. Catherine, in the hills of Sligoville. You're going through Sligoville and going down toward Bogwalk.
And them hills ain't no joke.
Listen, the traffic stopped. There's never traffic on that road. We're up in the hills, bro. There's traffic. Why is there traffic? Bro, I see a wrecker or a flatbed truck with cable trying to drag a vehicle
out
from way down in the bush, way down, yes, precipice style, down in the bush.
No, sir.
And I see men with cutlass and men trying to, and I look at it and I said, Simone, they cannot do it. They're not looking at physics because of the way the truck is backed up and the way the vehicle is there. The minute they start to pull that vehicle, it's going to roll, tumble, and pull the back of that truck, and then it's going to go the opposite direction. And I'm like, he's not using logics here. When I went over there to try to make to assist, wifey said, you know how these men stay. And then one man said, the man know him job. I said, know him job? Does he know physics? He's going the wrong direction. He needs to go uphill and pull that thing uphill rather than to try to pull it from the direction is because it's gonna exactly. It's gonna drag that. It's gonna snap the cable. The car's gonna go rolling down the hill further. And because you try shortcut. So you're gonna drag a lot of people with you. When I saw him start pull, you know what I did? I went the way that physics and gravity say I can't get licked when that what's your name?
Yep,
bus. When
right.
We call it something you put on the front of your vehicle if you want to. The winch. When the winch bus, I'm not gonna be one of the ones that get
clap with the cable. Cause when that cable whip you, laceration is an understatement.
And so a lot of spectators are watching this foolishness. A lot of people watch you destroy your relationships and don't add anything of value. Wow. And when the cable busts, everybody gets it. And the people could have made an assistance, could have given assistance.
Here's the funny thing too, David, for shouts out to the people giving assistance. Yes, shouts out to the people who are saying, pause, don't do that, or don't make that move. And not from a place where I know it all, but from a place of genuine care. Don't do that. Right? Now to the people who are making those decisions to be lazy. Relationship, particularly marriage, was created to me the most satisfying, gratifying, fulfilling relationship on the face of the earth. Do me a favor, please. You cannot get that microwave. Who was it? Demise that was on the thing the other day talking about brisket. When you want a good brisket, you got to start 5 o'clock in the morning, and that joker will not be ready to eat until at least 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Slow cook it, low temperature. That's when brisket is, it's perfect, right? And marriage is the same way. If you want anything great, it won't happen through a microwave process. It takes time to, you just don't get there. And those are the relationships that last forever. Why? Because it took time to build every detail, come on, man. You know those homes, D, where they, where they got the crown molding, they got this,
yes sir,
and they got the tray ceilings, you know what I'm saying? There's certain framework. They didn't just throw framework up. It took time to be designed, the details, right? And then when you like, for real, it stands the test of time. 10 years from now, they'll look up at your tray and be like, man, these are some awesome tray ceilings. You know why they're awesome? Because they took time to make. They didn't just throw it up together. In our marriages, if you want anything to stand the test of time, if you want to, like for real, create memorable experiences for your spouse, do me a favor. Don't be lazy with it.
If you do, so the people who are on AI, and listen, I use it. I've made a ton of money using artificial intelligence. But I do not let the machine tell me anything.
Come on, bro.
The machine doesn't tell me anything. I leverage the machine and I teach it. I'm actually annoying toward the machine because I'm not like this with real people. When I say, like, if I ask Quest for some assistance, I'm not going to say, no, you didn't do that right. But I do tell the machine that. And I say, Quest, could you please do this? And then he does this. I don't say that's a poor job, but I do tell the machine that because the machine is not real. It doesn't have any feelings. So I let it know because I needed to understand what my thought process is when I'm doing X, Y, or Z, right? And so when the machine finally spits out what it's supposed to spit out, I'm like, okay, I can begin here. It's a beginning, Quest.
Yeah, come on.
It's not an ending. And so when we begin the work with our spouses or those that are significant to us, we need to see what we're doing at the stage that's appropriate.
Come on.
You feel me? Like, there are people who meet today and in 3 months' time they're married, talking about getting married. I've never had a love like this. And I'm like, I'm so sorry that you've not had a love like this, that you feel like in 3 months' time, you know exactly what you need in a relationship. And I'm like, nah, bro. You're going to jack your life up.
Yet.
Test what? Test what?
That's what I'm saying. It hasn't even been tested, but you've never had a love like this before?
And I get it. Like, if you feel like that and the music is playing in the background of your mind, I got it. I understand that. But don't make a decision while you're feeling that way. It's artificial.
Come on, bro.
God wants us to have actual intelligence, not artificial intelligence. And all of the people, think about this too, Quest. I'm going to say with best case scenario, with machine learning, you have a team of engineers that informed the process. And then there's a lot more data that goes into the thing. And it's quote unquote learning. I got it. That's other people telling you how your life is supposed to be, Quest.
Come on, bro.
There are teams of people that don't know you or mean you any good. Whoever engineered the machine doesn't know me, Quest.
They don't know me.
So when I put a prompt in, it could be a bad prompt. It could be bad data. And then when the result comes back out, it's skewed based on the bad data that I put in.
There's some statistics that are given that do not serve a population because the sample that they took in order to devise the numbers that they got was not the sample that they took from the population that they're trying to give the stats to. So it has no use. It is of no use to those people. Why? Because the sample that you took wasn't even from the population that you give the statistics to.
And so all of that gibberish that we are saying is that whereas there are a lot of things out here that can be of assistance to us.
Come on.
We need not rely on them to develop healthy relationships. The book by, I won't pick anybody's name, the book that you read by whomever is good for you if it's a good book.
Yes.
It must not determine your relationship ends and means. The podcast that you listen to, hopefully it was good, but it must not determine the outcome of your relationship. That's artificial. You're borrowing.
Yes.
You're plagiarizing your relationship, Quest.
Yes, sir. I want them to be clear, though. When you listening, if the principles are applicable to your relationship, then dope. use
those are principles. That's right.
But you can apply them the way that you need to, because the good thing about principles is that they, even though the situations change, they don't.
That's correct.
It should never be the source as to how you connect with one another and find out the true essence of who each other is. Because if you come in there on a general tip,
so
and your spouse ain't general. Yep. Peace be unto you.
Hey, Quest, just since Jess is here, let's just put it like this, man.
Word.
Everybody can't go, bro.
Everybody can't go. Shouts out to Jesse. Everybody can't go.
Everybody can't go. So the people that you pick up along the way, like, back in the day, I used to meet people in the club. And I'm not saying just because you're in the club that it's a bad thing. I was in the club. I'm not saying that the people are bad because they were in the club, but if the strobe is on, the lights, the other lights are off, the music is playing a certain way.
Come on.
Have you ever been in the club? You see who's on my mind. Quest.
Yeah.
You ever been in the club back in the day until the end, and then they switch the lights on?
Yep.
Remember them days?
It was time for everybody to go.
Yeah, you don't have to go home, but you got to get out of here. Remember that?
You got to get out of
here. You
ever
look at the floor, see how much gum was on the floor?
Gum, all kinds of stuff, bro.
You ever look around and see who people were actually dancing with, and they were like, "Oh my goodness, I didn't know." Whoa, it didn't look like that when the strobe was going.
Yeah, because they was drinking that juice, but yeah,
they were drinking that juice. And so what I'm saying is, y'all dragging home all kind of stuff on an instantaneous experience.
Wow.
And not realizing when the lights come on, it is not what you had anticipated. And whose fault is it? It's our fault. Take your time. 3 hours in the club is not taking your time.
No, sir.
Multiple times being parked up in some place that, hopefully nobody knocks on the window to see what y'all doing in the car is not the time and space to make a decision.
Can we take it home even closer? Just because you have a good experience at a coffee shop, good conversation is not taking time.
She understands me, Quest.
Oh, come on, bro.
He completes me, Quest.
Yep.
Come on, B.
Come on.
We too old for that right now. If you're old enough, if I'm talking about in terms of age, we're not talking about maturity. If you're old enough to consider a long-term relationship, you are too old to take a shortcut.
Let's go.
Because if you take a shortcut, the consequences on the other end are so unnecessary. And here's the problem with it. This is legacy building consequences. There are people right now who are suffering because their grandparents did dumb stuff.
Say that again, please.
I am suffering today because my grandparents did dumb stuff. Can I just give you one example? If my grandpa decided, as a person who is supposed to be a pastor, to sex his church secretary, he did. This is not hypothetical. Back in the 1940s. And then out comes my mom. And then for decades and decades, she's trying to figure out if she is wanted, if she fits, whatever else you want to say, because of the rejection. The man's name's never on her birth papers. Is she a part of this side of the family or that side of the family? And then out come these babies that come from her womb and her husband and the choice that she makes of whom she's going to marry. And then. That stuff doesn't just go away.
Come on, D.
And so we have to break. Like in my generation, as old as I am, I had to decide that I had to break the cycle. Because I have seen the failed version of that life in living color, bro. And I'm like, this can't happen in our household. Forget that microwave stuff, bro. Forget that AI stuff. We got to really work. And it's our privilege. It's our privilege, bro.
I'm not on it, D. Like, for real. I've come too far. My family means too much. Yo, I've experienced a divorce, getting locked up, losing, you know what I'm saying? Getting to the place where your change is strange. your quarters is out of order. You know what I'm saying? Your nickels won't trickle. Like, for real, I've been in them places and spaces. There is no way that I would leave any of that, the care of my wife, the care of my family, to happenstance or to laziness. Can't do it, bro. It's too much at stake.
You know, one of my little homies, he's grown, but you know, we where we are, right? So this dude, you know, he had a child with a woman that he wasn't married to. And okay, put that one side. At some point in their non-relationship, because they decided they didn't want to be together long term, he was having a problem with her. She's in her house, brother, minding her business, she and the baby. My guy decided that he wanted to speak to her. She didn't want to speak to him. You know what this dummy does? He goes and shuts her lights off. The brother shuts her lights off. He goes to the wherever that you can shut somebody's lights off from outside the home, cuts the current, bro. And I'm like, what were you thinking when you decided that when she didn't want to speak to you, you were going to cut her current off? What part of that makes sense?
But you know what, D, this speaks to so much more than what we you know, topic to joint today. Like, it speaks to perspective. It speaks to mindset. It speaks to who you are as an individual. Because as you're telling the story, I'm like, what is it about you that would cause you to be like, for me, if anybody brings out that kind or that level of, or has the ability to bring out that level of anger, hate, foolish, whatever the foolishness is, then that probably means that we have no business being together. If you got the power.
But for the moment that they got together to have the baby, it was a different discussion. You see what I'm saying? So that is the thing. People are making instantaneous decisions that last for generations. That's what I'm saying. There are people, and I can't use the word that's in my mind because then the algorithm will shut our program down. But there are people in a certain part of the world right now that are children of Abraham that are destroying each other because Abraham and Sarah made a poor decision.
Speak to that.
They made a poor decision trying to keep God's promise. They have 2 children, Ishmael and Isaac. Ishmael and Isaac are fighting today. Today. I'm talking about right now at this time on the clock. 2024, 25 January. Right now. Hold on for a second. Boom. Somebody just died because of Abraham and Sarah's decision. Just real now, talk. Bro, in real life.
Talk. Real talk.
And both of those boys are rich today. Isaac and Ishmael are rich. Both of them are rich. They wealthy, bro. But something about the decision that Abraham and Sarah made has lasted till this day, despite the wealth and prosperity, despite the blessings. So we are reeling in this planet. We focus so much attention on that one dispute, 2024 still, because of those two making an instantaneous artificial decision.
It's a consequence, D. It's a consequence of what happens when God gives you a promise and tells you that he's going to deliver the gift.
Mm-hmm.
And you decide that you want to speed up the process, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing that's happening in marriage right now. You want to speed up the process because you want to get what you want. You want him to take you shopping this week. You want her to give you that. So you decide that you're going to be lazy, right? And not really put the thought in, but you're going to do what you need to do or what you think is necessary in order to get what you want out of the deal. So not only is it lazy, but you're lazy and you're selfish.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It amazes me. We were talking about it last night, D, how a group of people could take a picture, right? And people would be the first people, oh, I'm not selfish. I'll give away the shirt on my back. But all of us got a certain level of selfish in us, right? Because we were just born and stapled and shaping in this iniquity thing, right? It's amazing to me, though, that when you take a picture sometimes, how people will see the group pic, be like, yo, this group is, but you don't like the way you look in the picture. So you be like, let's
do
take it
over.
again. Come on, do over. You got to delete that. And everybody's like, again, for real? But then if the picture look good, if you look good in the picture, or if you look good in the group picture, then you're like, yo, send that to me. Send that to me. You know what I'm saying? But we make the experiences all about us and what we're trying to get in terms of the end goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm saying that nothing that we do in marriage, you are going to speed through. Nothing that you do here, you should be lazy about. And if you do, you're going to pay the consequence. Simple.
And I just feel like I'm paying some positive consequences. Is there such thing as a positive consequence, Quest? I think is there a such thing?
It's called positive returns.
Okay, so positive returns right now because my wife is watching. Simone, she's watching. She's watching Quest, and she's on the road, and her machine just popped up, and she called me the L word, Quest.
Yes.
Yeah. That's not artificial intelligence, bro.
No, sir. No, sir.
Hey, Simone. Yeah. And of course, she's not gonna leave her brother out. There she go.
Come on, you already see him. Yep, that linked me up.
Yeah.
You see what I'm talking about?
Food. It's food. Food. Mariana's food. She trying to disrupt this thing. She already know. Come on, man. She already know. But what I'm saying is that's love. What love got to do with this?
Yep.
It is not a microwave relationship that wins. It is not an instantaneous relationship that wins. Simone and I were friends. I'm not saying it should take you that long. Simone and I were friends. She was otherwise engaged. We were friends for 11 years, bro. By the time we decided that we liked each other.
Slow cook.
And now we've been married for 22. So you think you can say nothing to me about Simone, bro?
Brisket ministry, bro.
But what if we...
I've known Faith since high school.
Yeah.
She and my sister been friends for a very long time. They friends to this very day.
Yeah.
And I told them anytime they give me trouble, I tell them, shut up. I made y'all sisters. Shut up.
That's right. That's right.
Right. From the time that I've known her, I graduated high school in 2018. Is it 2018?
No, you graduated what?
I'm sorry, 1988. I'm sorry, 1988. 1988.
You graduated from high school in 91, bro.
No, 91. I'm sorry. Look at me. I'm getting my years mixed up. I see my thing right here. 91, right? 91 we graduated high school.
Yeah.
Right? And I've known her since before then. Look where we are now. And we are walking into 13 now. It didn't happen overnight. Even when we dated, it was 2 years before we actually said, you know what? Let's do this thing.
So nobody can tell you nothing about Faith.
Yeah.
Nobody can't tell me nothing about Simone, bro.
Nobody, bro.
What are you going to tell me?
The doctor might be able to tell Faith something about me, though.
Quest, we're not spiraling, Quest.
I'm sorry.
Whoa, we're not spiraling.
I'm sorry.
I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to pull my mic off.
I got sucked in just while I did.
I'm going to leave. I
got sucked in.
Quest went to the doctor today. He's having some PTSD.
I am.
And I thought we talked about it enough so it wouldn't leak into the program.
It's going to probably take me a day or two to get over.
Okay, so
I'm going to get there.
Yes, thank you.
As you said this morning, I'm going to get there.
Yes, sir. All right, so yeah, I think we have sufficiently dealt with this one for today because I don't know how long the discipline will continue. And so, yeah, shout to Candace, Swagger Mom. She speaks. I'm completely changing the subject because I'm one of them. So, yeah. But real talk, I think really, really and truly, we can pull the bell, boom, and come off this bus, bro.
Yeah.
And until next time. I know you got something good to say right before we get out of here, but yeah.
From shaky to good, from good to great. Ultimately, what we want is phenomenal marriages, but phenomenal marriages don't just happen. They take work. So let's do that. Work. And not
there you have it, y'all. I hope you've enjoyed your time with us. Marriage is about mutual love and mutual respect, and it works for those willing to make it work. Real talk, our spouses are treasured jewels given to us to make life better. And the sooner we learn to value one another will be the sooner we become the absolute best versions of ourselves we can be. Until next time, peace.
Thank you for watching.